Welcome to Lesson 1, Meet Gemini. In this lesson, we will build your foundation for working with Google's AI assistant, Gemini. You'll learn what Gemini does best, how it works with different types of information, and most importantly, how to ask it for what you need. By the end of this lesson, you'll be ready to start using Gemini more effectively in your everyday work.
Think about the last time you had to make sense of scattered information. Maybe you had emails from 3 different people, meeting notes, a PDF report, and some reading material you barely had time to review. And all of this information was needed, perhaps for a meeting or an important decision, almost immediately. This is a common workplace challenge. The problem isn't always a lack of information. Sometimes the real problem is having too much information spread across too many places. This is exactly the kind of challenge where Gemini can help. Gemini is Google's AI assistant, and one of its key strengths is synthesis. Synthesis means bringing information from different sources together and making sense of it as a whole. Gemini can connect the dots between multiple inputs instead of treating every file as a separate problem. It can also identify contradictions and gaps that you might otherwise miss. And instead of simply summarizing individual documents, Gemini can reason across the information you provide to answer real questions. In simple terms, Gemini helps you turn scattered information into a connected understanding. Gemini can work with different types of information. First, screenshots and photos, useful when the information you need is visual. Second, documents, including PDFs, Google Docs, Word files, and similar formats. Third, tables and CSV files, which contain structured information in rows and columns. And fourth, plain text, such as notes, copied paragraphs, or other written content. Choosing the right format and providing the relevant information can make your request clearer and reduce guesswork. Here is the first important discovery. Gemini does not have to treat every input separately. Instead, it can treat multiple inputs as one connected problem. That means it can compare information across different sources, identify contradictions, find gaps, and answer questions that require reasoning across everything you have shared. This is especially useful when your information is scattered across different files and formats. The key idea is simple. Give Gemini the relevant information and let it help you see the bigger picture. Imagine that you're preparing for an important meeting. You have documents, email threads, notes, and screenshots. The traditional approach is to open each file separately, read through everything, scroll through emails, review your notes, and then try to remember how everything connects. This takes time and mental energy. The Gemini approach is different. You can upload the relevant materials and ask one clear question. Based on everything here, what are the main points I need to know? Gemini can then work across the materials to provide one synthesized answer while comparing information and identifying patterns. One step, one clearer answer. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you've just uploaded your documents and notes for an upcoming meeting. Instead of a vague prompt, you ask Gemini, "Review everything I uploaded and give me the key points I need for the meeting." A great response will instantly break down 3 things: the main topic, project timeline and budget discussion; potential issues, budget adjustments and team workload concerns; your action plan, clarify timeline flexibility, confirm budget limits, and prepare a backup plan. Why does this prompt work so well? Because it clearly tells Gemini what context you provided and exactly what outcome you need. The lesson is simple. Specificity matters far more than formal or complex language. Now we come to one of the most important concepts in this lesson: how to make an effective Gemini request. Think about 3 things. First, what are you sharing? Tell Gemini about the materials, files, or context it needs. Second, what do you need done? Clearly state the task or question you want Gemini to answer. Third, how do you want the answer? Specify the format, length, or structure you need. So remember the formula: what you're sharing, what you need done, and how you want the answer. The more specific you are, the better Gemini can help. Gemini also provides specialized tools that can extend what you can accomplish. You can create images from prompts. You can create original music. Deep Research can support multi-step research and structured summaries. Create Video can generate video content from prompts. Canvas can help you draft and refine longer documents. And Guided Learning can provide interactive, step-by-step explanations. These tools demonstrate that Gemini can support more than simple question and answer tasks. It can become a flexible assistant for different types of creative, analytical, and learning activities. AI is powerful, but it is not perfect. Even advanced AI models have limitations. Gemini might not know about every recent event. It can sometimes make guesses when it is unsure. Complex tasks may take more time. And most importantly, AI should not replace human judgment when making decisions. So use Gemini as an assistant, not as the final decision maker. Always review important information, apply your professional judgment, and verify critical facts before using them.
Let's recap what you've learned. First, Gemini excels at working with scattered information and bringing it together. Second, your prompts should be clear and specific. Third, choose the right mode for the task you are performing. Fourth, specialized tools such as image, video, and music creation can extend what Gemini can do. And finally, always check important information before using it. These 5 principles will give you a strong foundation for using Gemini effectively and responsibly.
This lesson was your foundation. You now understand what makes Gemini different, how it works with information, how its modes and tools can support different tasks, and where you need to stay careful. But this is only the beginning. In Lesson 2, you'll move from understanding Gemini to using it in real workflows. You'll learn how to write and edit with confidence and explore advanced prompting techniques that can make Gemini even more effective. So get ready to put your learning into practice. Up next, Lesson 2, Write and Edit with Confidence.